Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, and welcome back to my channel. Once again today, there's going to be no fancy intro, no fancy graphics. We're just going to get right to it because this is another very important video I'm putting out here to my audience to make you folks aware of some legal issues I'm dealing with behind the scenes that have been affecting me from properly running my channel. If you've been a part of my channel for a while, you know what's going on. This situation, I'll give a little bit of a synopsis here to start off this video. Basically, the Like in Theory channel, which is run by Jamie and is sponsored by a gentleman named Brian, who goes by the YouTube username of Wise Night Owl and who's also the owner of TexasCaregiverSupportServices.com. That is Jamie's sponsor. And to make a long story short here, Jamie's sponsor, Brian, who is the owner of Texas Caregiver Support Services, has been paying Jamie and other creators on YouTube large amounts of money to come after me with the specific stipulation of coming after me at least once per week and attacking me, defaming my character, etc. That is the short version of the story. If you would like to hear the entire story, go back to my previous video released a few days ago. I believe it's a little over 30 minutes, and that will share in more detail what is going on. This video here is an update to that video because the Like in Theory channel run by Jamie earlier tonight released a statement and actually made me a settlement offer, which if you saw my thumbnail before you clicked into this video, I'm sure you did or you wouldn't have clicked into it. It says no deal with a big exclamation point. So what I'm going to do here tonight is I'm going to share with you folks what the terms of that deal was or were. And then I'm going to share with you, Jamie and Brian, where I'm going from here and why I say no deal and what the next steps are going to be. So you're going to want to stick around for that. So I'm not going to be playing any clips from Jamie's stream because he's looking for any reason to shut down my channel. He would file a DMCA copyright takedown notice. It would be fair use. He would still file the copyright takedown, which would make me which would force me to file a counter notification, but my channel would be down for a while. Actually, it wouldn't be down because I'm not live streaming this. I'd get a copyright strike. I still don't want to do that. If I was live streaming this and he took me down while my counter notification would be processing, I would be not able to stream. But regardless, I'm not going to take that chance. I'm just going to share with you folks what the deal was. And if you want to go over to the Like in Theory channel, I'm not endorsing that channel in any way, shape, or form. But if you want to go and check out his latest live stream, in case you're watching this down the road, that live stream was released on Saturday, September 19th, 2020. So if you're watching this right when I release it, it's his current live stream. If you're watching this months down the road, you're going to have to go back to September 19th, 2020 and check out that live stream. He started talking about the deal roughly about 20 minutes into the show. It took you a while to get to the point, Jamie, but I guess you want to get some more watch time and keep people around longer. I understand how that works, and I get that. So what did Jamie offer me to get me to go away and not sue his sponsor, Wise Night Owl? Well, here's what he offered me. It was rather comical. Jamie offered to take down every video where he talked about me or I was in one of his thumbnails. So basically, every single video that was defamatory towards me, or where he talked about me, or I was in the picture, or I'm in the picture of the thumbnail of the video, he offered to take that down. What else did he offer? what he mentioned was there's a cartoon that that Jamie has made of me as a parody. He said that that is exempt from this offer. And hey, Jamie, I understand that. Even though, I think that, you were greatly inspired or completely inspired to create that cartoon because of me. I can understand parody is completely illegal, and I totally get that. I was not going to go after you guys for that cartoon anyway, so that was not part of the settlement offer that Jamie offered. Trying to remember some other things that he offered me. I cannot remember. I think it was the videos, and he also mentioned that he was not going to be deleting these videos from his channel. He would be putting them to private because he mentioned, and this is rather comical, Jamie, he mentioned that in case someone else that he had previously given permission to re-upload those videos to further attack me, he would want to be able to file a copyright on them, and without the videos being on his channel, he wouldn't be able to do that. Well, here's the thing, Jamie, you don't like me, and you don't care whether people use your content to come after me, the content that you made on me. So you would not be filing any copyrights on my behalf or on any deal that we would have made, which we're definitely not making a deal here. So that was just something that you wanted to put out there to make it look like you actually cared, which you really didn't care, and you don't care. So that was not going to fly by me. One of the original things that I had asked Jamie to do in the past before this went legal is to delete all of those videos, not just put them to private, delete them, because I have all the links to those videos, and I'm going to share more about that in just a little bit here. So additionally, Jamie, you mentioned on your stream tonight that you just want me to go away because even if I were to sue you and Wise Night Owl, that I have no case. You also stated that all the videos that you've used that have my content in them is fair use. Now, here's the thing. Some of them that you did were fair use and some of them were not. You used a lot of my content in many of your videos. Fair use allows you to use small clips to do, commentary, things that are newsworthy, news reporting, etc. Fair use does not allow you to take my entire live stream and critique it from beginning to end, because if you shared my entire live stream or pre-recorded video, even if you were to do commentary on it, it would keep people away from coming to my monetized channel, and I would lose money, and it's my content there. So that would not be fair use. But see, here's the thing, Jamie. You're not understanding one thing. My lawsuit on Brian and you has nothing to do with copyright or fair use. Here's why. I mentioned this before, I'll say it again. I have tried to take you down for copyright legitimately many times. But what happens every time I take you down for copyright? You file a counter notification, and then that gives me 10 days to sue you, or YouTube will reinstate the video. Well, because the only way you can sue someone for copyright infringement in today's world is by filing a lawsuit in a federal copyright court, which costs tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, because it's out of the reach of small creators like myself and out of our budget. That is a flaw in copyright law that I mentioned in several videos I've done to respond to you in the recent past. So the copyright game, and every time I file a copyright on any of your videos where you use my content, a legitimate copyright, you're going to file a counter notification, and you're going to win every time because of the flaw in copyright law. And I had told you before, Jamie, and when you made this deal, you already knew this didn't involve copyright. You tried to manipulate me. You tried to get me to think that, if Eli sues us, Brian, if Eli sues us, he's not going to win because all of the content that I used was under fair use. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt and say, even if it was fair use, Jamie, this case has nothing to do with fair use. Let me remind you and Brian once again what I am suing you both for, but primarily Brian. Okay, I am suing you guys for defamation of character, slander, coercion, and extortion. Let me repeat that one more time. I am suing you guys for defamation of character, slander, coercion, and extortion. Basically, I have proof, like I've said, I have actual proof that I have not furnished yet, but I will furnish it when the time is right, that you, Jamie, mentioned that the reason why you cannot remove any of those videos, especially the Coach Eli's Greatest Hits video, which is the most defamatory video you created on me, is because if you remove that, your sponsor would stop sponsoring you. So in essence, you admitted guilt that basically, that was part of the stipulation of your contract with Brian, aka Wise Not Out, aka Texas Caregiver Support Services, as part of your sponsorship requirement. So that's what I'm suing you guys for. Again, defamation of character, slander, coercion, which basically Brian is committing coercion because he is making it a stipulation that if you don't go after Eli at least once per week, I'm not going to sponsor you. This is part of your sponsorship requirement. This is what I want, right? And then when you do that and you defame my character and you slander me, okay, and then you incite other creators to re-upload those videos, you're further defaming my character and slandering me, and you're harming my right to free enterprise. And then you are using my content and using the flaw in copyright law, to use my content, kill my audience, and instead of me making money on my content, you're making money off my content. That's where the extortion is at. So let me make it very clear once again to you and Brian what you're being sued for. You're being sued for defamation of character, primarily slander, coercion, and extortion. Does that make sense? I hope it really makes a lot of sense. Okay? So basically, Jamie wants me to just take a deal, never talk about him again, and then another thing, what he wanted, now I remember what he wanted. He wanted me to take down a website I made regarding him and Brian and the shady activities that they're doing to me and other creators, or using other creators to run it through. Okay, so Jamie, you want me to take down a website where I have truthful information, okay, that is stating what is happening to me and what you and your sponsor are doing to me? No, sir. You're asking for way too much, and you're not giving anything. You're not even willing to delete the videos. You're willing to put them on private in case, down the road I screw you over, which I would never do that. And then you have to change your mind and put him back to public. Why can't you just let it go, man? Why can't you just let it go? Seriously, man. Like this is the problem with your deals, Jamie. You basically ask for a whole lot when you're in deep doo-doo, like you are right now with me, you and Wise Night Owl are with me, but you're not giving anything. Okay? So again, the website is not coming down, and there's no deal. And again, you're being sued for defamation of character, slander, coercion, and extortion. By the way, just so you know, Brian and Jamie, and anyone else out there that doubts me, I have found an attorney that is willing to take this case on a contingency basis. Let me repeat that one more time. I have found an attorney that is willing to take this case on a contingency basis. You know why? Because like you've said before, Jamie, and JB said this before, another creator sponsored by by Wise Night Owl, TexasCaregiver.com, or Texas Caregiver Support Services, and Brian. Okay. You've said that Wise Night Owl has deep pockets. Brian has deep pockets. Okay. So when someone has the money to go after, a case like this, attorneys are more prone to take it on a contingency basis because they're going to get paid, and they're going to get paid rather well. If you, Jamie, and Wise Night Owl or anyone else doesn't understand what the definition of contingency-based means, let me explain it to you. It means contingent upon the result of the case, okay? It is contingent upon the result of the case, meaning, for example, let's say I sue you for $5 million, which is what I'm going to do, unless, you take my offer, my settlement offer, which I'll mention here once again in a second. If I sue you for $5 million, let's say I win $1 million in court, be more, but let's say I win $1 million in court, okay? And let's say my attorney's fees are 30% contingency based. That means that if I win $1 million, my attorney will get $300,000 and I will get $700,000. That's how it works, contingent upon the result of the case. And let me tell you something. I've been told by my attorney that this is a slam dunk. There's no way to lose this case, and I will tell you why. And this is where you, Jamie, and Brian don't understand that you don't have a leg to stand on here, okay? All of those videos that are still live on your channel, Jamie, are being sponsored by Brian and Texas Caregiver Support Services. Okay, and then we have proof that you stated that you couldn't remove any of these videos in the past because your sponsorship would be pulled if you did that, right? Okay. So all of those videos are the evidence, and the evidence is public on your channel. But here's the thing, because you and Brian are not taking me seriously, and you just want me to go away because I know you guys know you're in the wrong here. Okay. And even you, Brian, with your Wise Night Owl account came in and you said you're not willingly signing any legal papers with me, Eli. Well, see, Brian, I wouldn't expect you to do that. That's what the court of law is for, Brian, because you just want to play the system and you just want to be able to get away with all this. And let me tell you something, Jamie and Brian, you're not getting away with this. I'm going to fight this legally until the end. I'm going to fight this legally until the end. So again, like I said, those videos are the evidence. Now, you said, Jamie, if I don't agree to this deal, this is the only chance that I have of those videos ever being removed. Okay, that's a big joke because after I win the case, part of the judgment is going to be to force the server, YouTube and Google, to remove them. It's going to happen one way or another. Again, those videos are the evidence, right? But let me take it one step further. Going back to where, part of the deal was I removed that website, which is my right to put out there. I'm just sharing, public information. I'm not stating anything that's not true, and I have proof on it. The videos on your channel are the proof, right? But let me tell you what I did today, Jamie and Brian, and let me tell you what I'm going to also do on Monday. What I did today was I went through all of your channels, Jamie, and I got the URLs to every single video that is defamatory, harasses me, and attacks me. And what I did was I put every single one of those video links on that website. So if you go to that website, you know the website. I don't have to tell it to you folks. And for those of you that have not seen the website, I'm not going to share the link in the description here. I will be posting it on my community tab within a few days. My website is having some issues, for working on certain people's devices and computers. For some people it works, for some people it doesn't work. I'm having a HTTPS secured issue, meaning that I purchase a secured certificate for my website to go from HTTP to HTTPS. And there have been some issues with it configuring properly. And my web hosting provider is in progress of figuring it out. But for those of you that are able to access it, I know you've seen it, obviously, Jamie and Brian. Why don't you go on that site right now and take a look at the 146 video links that are linking to your Like in Theory channel, Jamie, your CBN channel, the C Broadcasting Network, I'm not going to say that word, and your, Coca-Cola Classic parody channel. I'm not going to say the first word, as the parody word you used instead of Coca-Cola. It's a derogatory word, but you know the channels I'm talking about. So if you go to that website right now, you're going to see all of the links linking directly to your channels, where all of that hateful and derogatory content that Wise Night Owl, aka Brian, aka Texas Caregiver Support Services, is sponsoring, right? So why did I put those links on that website? Because here's my next move, Brian. Listen very carefully. I'm not messing around. This is a promise, okay? Because you guys are playing with me. This deal that you guys try to concoct was garbage. There was just nothing helpful, about it, for me. It was only going to help you guys out, right? You guys tried to scare me off like you've scared other people in similar situations in the past, right? I'm going to contact every single one of your business contacts, Brian, regarding caregiving, and I'm going to make them aware of what you're doing. And I have the legal right to do that because I honestly feel you are misrepresenting and harming the caregiving industry, which is primarily catered to senior citizens that are one of the highest protected class in our nation here in the U.S. And you, Brian, as a military veteran, should be ashamed of yourself for doing this, for doing what you're doing to myself out here, sponsoring creators like the Like in Theory channel to create hateful content of me as a stipulation of your contract when you're a caregiving business provider. How's that going to look, Brian? So no deal, guys. There's absolutely no deal. And again, like I said, Brian, I will be contacting other business associates of yours and making them aware and sending them the link to the website. I even have a PDF with all those links if they prefer that. Okay? So they're going to have that information. Because see, you guys continue to want to play games. You guys try to pull a fast one on me today. The deal that you made, Jamie, is no different than any other deal that you've made in the past or tried to make in the past with me or other people. You've always made deals that favor you and are one way only in your favor. But see, Jamie, here's another reason why I'm not taking the deal. Because of the fact that you were paid to defame my character and to slander me and to basically attack and destroy my brand with everything that you did to me over the past several years, okay? Because of the fact that you did that, you cost me a lot of money. And all the money that you made using my content was made at my expense. So once again, to remind you again today, that brand new Mustang you have and that brand new house you bought, it was purchased and is being paid for at my expense with my blood, sweat, and tears. So there was no way I was ever going to agree to a deal that didn't involve restitution of the losses I incurred due to your defamatory content, your defamatory, hateful content, and your slander of my name and my business. Again, this has nothing to do with copyright. I will mention that in court, but it's not going to matter because we're not going to be in a copyright court. But anything, I can use to show the judge in the court of law, what your intentions were is going to help the case. You guys are being sued for defamation of character, slander, coercion, and extortion. That's what you're being sued for. Now, again, I'm going to say this one more time because I'm not messing around. You guys, you Wise Night Owl, and you'll be there right next to him, Jamie, because I know how this affects you. I know how it affects you, Jamie. We go to court. This is going to be a $5 million lawsuit. You want to keep it out of court and you want to get me to go away? I need to get the restitution that this cost me. That is $1 million. So, Brian, if you're willing to settle for $1 million, and part of that settlement agreement would be a legal document forcing Jamie to delete all those videos and never use any of my content or talk about me again or do anything malice again. If you're willing to agree to that, then you let me know. I'll have my attorney draw up the settlement, and then everything comes down, the website and everything. You don't do that, then I have to move forward and do things to protect myself and my brand, my business, to the fullest extent of the law. Let me tell you something. I'm going to wrap up by saying this. Where are we at? We're at 26 minutes here. I'm going to tell you this, Jamie. I know your MO. And if you don't think I'm going to have people, especially women, testifying on my behalf in the court of law on how manipulative you are and what you do behind the scenes with these women, okay, then you're out of your mind, because I know exactly what you do to get what you want. You know, you manipulate people. You convince them and push them to do things they don't feel comfortable doing. And then once they stop supporting you or try to leave you, then you blackmail them to keep them around, or you're going to release all of the private information you gained from them, that you persuaded or you manipulated to get them to do in the first place, man. I got to tell you, dude, you're a piece of work, man. You are, but I know your game exactly. And it's time to actually pay the price for once, man. You've never learned your lesson, Jamie. You've never learned your lesson. And maybe it stems back to the way you were raised. I can only go back and blame your parents for, not raising you properly. I can't believe your parents, while you were living in their home, allowed you to even get away with this stuff at 35 years old. It's just absolutely preposterous, man. And see, this is your vested interest, Jamie. I'm going to say it one more time again. You tried to get me to go away today, which you knew I was going to go away. You tried to get me to go away because when this goes to court, that Wise Night Owl, Brian, Texas Caregiver Support Services, is probably not going to be able to sponsor you or anyone else out here anymore. It'll be too risky for them to do it as part of the court settlement, right? Or as part of the judgment in the court, which is what I'm trying to say, right? So what are you fearing? You're fearing losing your sponsorship that pays at least 80%, if not more, of your livelihood. And now you've got a mortgage, and now you've got a car payment, right? So you have to take your house and your car and other expenses into consideration, right? Well, you should have thought of that before you created all this mess. But here's the thing. You would have never, ever, ever, I'm going to wrap up by saying this. You would have never, ever, ever made that money that you made had you not come at me the way you did, use my content the way you did, defame my character the way you have, harass and attack me and anyone that I care for, stalk me all over YouTube. You would basically get a group of people in your Discord and follow me around other people's channels. When I was on their panels, you would come in and troll them to the point of where it got so bad these people stopped talking, with me. Well, now the time has come to pay the price, man. And I'm not joking around, and I'm not going away. And I'm telling you guys right now, don't even bother making any other deals or offers unless they involve a $1 million settlement and all those videos come down and they're deleted. That is the only settlement I will agree to, and it has to be signed legally, and I will have my attorney present. I suggest you guys have your attorneys present as well. All right? So you guys can laugh all you want, say what you want to say, Nice try, trying to scare me away. Your scare tactics are not going to work on me in the same ways that they've worked with those other people that you scared away, Jamie, especially those women that you victimized in the way that you did. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. This really saddens me. And again, I'll wrap up by saying this. My two most favorite lines, and I'm going to send them out to each of you with love, to you, Brian, and to you, Jamie. Number one, you mess with the bull and you will get the horns. Number two, karma has no deadline. And karma is about to bite both of you. You know where. I don't have to say it. I'm going to keep this video monetized, which is what I'm trying to say. That being said, thank you very much for taking the time to view this video, everyone. If you have any questions, please go below in the description and email me at coacheli@coacheli.com or comment below in the comments section, and I'll get back to you folks as soon as possible. My regular content will be returning soon, folks. I'm not going to continue talking about this unless an update happens, so stick around for that as well. Please like, share, subscribe, and have yourselves a great, great day. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.